Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. I'm very excited today to introduce all of our viewing audience to our new Office of Economic Development Director, Helen Profiter.
Thanks.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Well, I just recently announced that we were going to take the Economic Development Department, take it out from under the Community Development Division, and make it its own standalone department reporting directly to the county executive. I really wanted to do that because job creation and economic development is one of my priorities for this administration. And so I really think it does matter how economic development is perceived from our business community, our existing businesses, as well as those we're trying to attract to Frederick County. So why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself? I know you're not new to the position. You've worked for the county for a number of years. So why don't you share a little bit about yourself and what you've done?
Do I have to say how many years I've been with the county?
You don't have to say how many years.
I've been with the county more than 20 years, we'll say that.
Okay.
And started with workforce services many, many years ago. And when an opportunity became available to move into economic development, I sought out that opportunity, started as a deputy director, and then have been the leader of our department for about 3 years now.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about what you do in economic development? People sometimes say, well, what do they really do to help retain jobs? What do they really do to help try to market the county?
People do get confused. Sometimes when I say I'm an economic developer, they think I'm an economist, which I'm not. I'm not an economist. So you have to explain what economic development is. So first of all, in any sales job, and economic development is sales, you have to keep your current customers. So we spend a lot of time on retention and keeping the businesses that are currently here and happy, and helping them expand. Grow not only their workforce, but at times also grow their footprint. So maybe find a different location. We have tools that we use, much like when people go looking for houses, when people go looking for commercial real estate space, there's a database that we use to help them find new space. In addition to that, we always want to grow our customer base. So we spend time with businesses that we call prospects, and in that piece we call it attraction. And people talk about economic development and having money and being able to write big checks to attract people. Frederick doesn't have that. But what we do have is our ability to say, once we have you, we will continually treat you like you're a big fish in a small pond. So we spend a lot of time not only getting businesses, but making them feel important through our services, through always reaching out, letting them know about awards they could win, meeting with you, things like that, to make them feel like they're welcomed and important in our community.
Well, some of the things we offer to our existing residents and businesses, as well as prospective businesses, is a well-educated, well-trained workforce, so that when an employer comes here, that they know that they have a pool of talent for the near term and the long term to meet their business needs. We have a great location. We have great interstate access. We're very close to some important federal agencies that many businesses want to do business with. And, we have a very high quality of life here. A lot of businesses want to make sure we have a strong education system, that we have access to higher education, which is why we're working on the new Higher Education Center. And they want to make sure their employees will have a high quality of life. So talk about customer service and the attitude of having good customer service.
Well, you nailed it. That's exactly what businesses want. They want smart people. They don't want to have to spend a lot of time training them. They want really smart people who can hit the ground running. They want to kind of cluster around other businesses that are like them. So that's important. And and they don't want to have to deal with transportation issues or school systems that aren't up to par. So Frederick shines in all those areas. We do a great job. We're always talking about how to better our school system, how to better our transportation network, how to keep our streets safe. But we really do have such high bars anyway compared to some of the areas that our prospects are looking at comparing Frederick to. But in addition to that, they could ask for very quirky things. They want high-end dining. You know, there's many of them that are foodies nowadays. They want wineries, which we have. They want good golf courses to either do business with or entertain on the weekends. Their housing, you know, some of them might want millennials, so they want the small housing, and some of them have high executives that want to live on those golf courses or out by Lake Linganore or Spring Ridge or something like that, and well-developed communities. So we have to be able to bob and weave depending on what the business wants.
Well, we have all those choices here, and so that's really very important. And I do think that, you know, there's a lot of discussion in the state legislature and around the country about economic development incentives. And I know one of the best incentives that we offer to businesses moving here is the fact that we have no business personal property tax, and that we will work with them to make sure that we have those basic fundamental government services that they need. So let me talk about the next thing I'm trying to do, and that's to create a cabinet-level business advisory board. For many years, we had an economic development advisory board of some kind, but I want to have a group of key business leaders that will be kind of like a kitchen cabinet to me, so that I know what's happening out there in the business community. So how do you think we should go about creating that, and you know, how can we get that diversity of business representation so the county executive has their ear and they have mine?
And that's exactly what this is a two-way. So they'll be able to tell you what they believe, not only their business, but their industry needs, and how the county can help them with meeting those needs. And at the same time, when you have a question, you'll be able to go back to them and say, I'm hearing from other counties, other states around in the nation that this is an important tool. Do you believe that this is a tool that Frederick should look into? So I love the two-way dialogue. This will be a great group to get that from. As you said, we had a business development advisory council in the past. It was a useful tool that we used. We're looking forward to helping you. So I think the best way to get the cabinet is just put it out through the county, and I bet you all the businesses that should be on this will be on it. Now, I do think kind of setting up we want so many from this industry and so many from that industry. Frederick values agriculture, manufacturing, biotech, advanced technology, information technology, healthcare. So those are probably business leaders that you'll want on this. But I think some small businesses need to be on it too, to hear their voice. Some minority business owners will want to have a voice at your table.
Well, speaking about minority business owners, what do you think some things we can do to help reach out to our minority businesses to make sure that they're successful?
Minority businesses have the same issues as any business, but sometimes as a minority business, they don't feel comfortable coming to the government to ask for services. So what we've talked about and what we'd like to do is actually take one of our staff members and put them out and about to actually welcome the minority businesses into the county. They've been in the county, but have they accessed county services? And if they haven't, how can we have that face of the county staff going out and welcoming them and building trust and building a relationship with them so that they know that this is their county and that their success will reflect positively on all of us.
Well, a number of businesses, particularly smaller businesses, have talked to me about wanting to be able to figure out how to do procurement with the county, with the school system, with Fort Detrick. You know, it's all about how do they connect to get contracts.
Right.
So Do you have any advice, or is there anything you think my administration should be doing to help make that contract connection?
We have in the past actually done a procurement panel where we invite businesses in. We actually videotape it for businesses that can't be there. It's very simple to learn the process of procuring through either Frederick County, the Board of Education, the City of Frederick, Fort Detrick, but learning kind of how to do it is important. Once you've learned how to do it, then you can do it successfully over and over again. But each of those larger businesses have a different way of procuring. So learning the process would be an important part of educating businesses.
Well, and we need to get people signed up so they know what opportunities are available so that they can apply for them when they come up. Lots of priorities for economic development. I want to do another future show just on how we can support our incubator. We do have a very successful incubator here that's created 268 new jobs, helps to leverage the resource from Fort Detrick. I think we need to do more, and that is one of my goals and initiatives. So if someone's watching this and they're an existing business, and we do appreciate the existing businesses here in our county, or they know someone who's looking to relocate, how can they best get in contact with you?
Best way to contact us is, you can see on the screen all of our contact information. Our website, discoverfrederickmd.com, or just Google us, Frederick Office of Economic Development.
Okay, well, thank you. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, and I look forward to having great success over the next few years as we grow business and jobs in Frederick County. Thank you for joining us today for this episode of Community Conversations. And if you're a business doing business in Frederick County, I want to say thank you for all you do. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to keeping jobs working in Frederick County. Thank you.